Seiji really do. So we've covered 81 pages, or 52 folio faces, which is about 1.5 pages per folio face. We finished 12 folio faces, which equals 20 pages during term 8. So working harder, we could do 25 pages, or 16 folio faces in term 9. We could reach page 106. There are 211 pages total, or 159 to go. So at this rate, we could finish in 6 more terms, which, including this term, which would finish classes for the book, which means
6 more months after that.
yeah. I mean, if we're lucky, maybe even a year later, the book will come out. But the classes for the book will be finished in 2021. Okay. All right, here we go. So the thing was, you want to review where we are, roughly? I mean, what's this last problem we have, and what was the last solution we had?
Oh yeah, it was about having...
Dongemba.
Not remembering... No.
I
think it was about not remembering.
Dongemba. Ugly. Being ugly. What's the karma for being ugly?
Not taking care of statues and...
Yeah. Being in a rush with your Dharma stuff and doing it sloppily, like translations. Did you have something to say, you guys? I'd like to invite the Shenzhen team to make a presentation. Come on. Come on. Today, not tomorrow. Quickly.
Before we promised to Gesha that we will support the British Church Plan project, so we fulfill our commitment.
$10,000.
We raised it during the Mongolian tour.
They took people on horses around Mongolia.
You guys are so hot.
They're hot.
This money on horseback.
6 camels and 2 horses gave the money. Okay. Okay.
Neil from our team, she's first class.
Yay, let's say Lucille, welcome. Okay, we want to see those kids doing yoga. I mean stretching. Okay. All right, here we go. Please read. So we're talking about you did Dharma things sloppily, and because of that, you also look sloppy or ugly. Okay, here we go. She chinche.
Shechinche, LAMA tan, sangye, namki, and kusu tan. Shenyang, sun raki, chu shenpatan, teyang, nampa, yengpa, mayimpa, yu sok, tanke, ko, pe, sok shintu, kopa, kepa, sok shintu, se shinlek par, shenpatan, kiewo, shenla, shinangmi, chepart nam, kyu, shintu, ringwar, je, gope, doni.
Okay. She chinche. Sorry?
From this point on.
Yeah, chinche from now on. Yeah, good. Instead of doing what I did before, I'm going to... The critical verb here is sheng. Say sheng. And sheng is the honorific word for to construct or to make. Zepa, chepa. This is the high polite word for building a stupa, like if you're going to build 7 stupas. The verb is a sheng, and it's a very polite word. It's like to, how would you say it? I don't know. Construct honorably. You know, it's a very high word for building temples. Yeah, raise is a good verb. Okay, so from now on, whenever I sheng is going to distribute to two things. First one is kusuks, statues, images of my Lama or the Buddhas. The Lama ones I won't make with a pot belly, I will make with I will put words belly on Geshe Michael. And Shenyang, moreover, when you print books or lay out books for Dharma, it's exactly here. Sung Rab Ki Chu Sheng. This Sheng of Chu means specifically printing, carving, how you edit a book, how you lay it out, the kind of cover you put on it, whether pages fall out when the sponsor picks it up the first time. This is called Chu Sheng. Okay, I will be more careful. Teang Nyemba Mayimba means don't use the lousy stuff, okay? Don't make it poor, okay? The gyutsok, this gyu means the stuff you use to make something. So in colloquial Tibetan, gyu can mean the materials you use to create a statue, or the paper you use for printing a book, or similar, but just get used to the idea of gyu like ze, meaning the stuff you use. The gyutsok means all the stuff, the ink, the paper, the book, the cover, the binding, should all be high quality. So the stuff you use should be high quality, but the craftsmanship should also be high quality. That's kupa here. Okay, so the stuff should be high quality. Best marble from behind Diamond Mountain. And then the construction should be high quality. Okay, so he's making a distinction between the materials you use and the skill, the craftsmanship of the thing. Kupa means to position, right? But in art it means craftsmanship. The setting. It's a verb, but it's a gerund. The crafting. So. Shinto. You should learn to say Shinto. I taught it enough times in DCI. Yeah, Shinto Kupa. Don't say very, very just with a normal voice. You gotta say, really, really stupid. He's really stupid. Shinto Nina Kupa. Okay. Ze means beautiful. Be careful because a very similar spelling means leprosy. Okay. We don't want to make that mistake. I don't remember. Okay, and lekpa shengba, make it well, make it nice. And also, so those are tips for not being ugly. Those are tips for having a nice physical appearance. Okay, when you're around other people, give them a smiling face. Okay, when you're around other people, how are you, Stanley? I hate your grudge. But smile and, show a nice face to people, day to day, hour to hour. Be cheerful. Jeff has a nice smile all the time since I've known you. He's always got this smile on his face. He's probably thinking, oh, what an idiot this guy is. But anyway, Shingen Miche, yeah. Don't show. The she here is the she in Tashi Delay, by the way. And it means condition. And Xingyan means a grumpy disposition, yeah. Or don't make faces at people and stuff like that, okay? Show a smile to everybody. Kewa Shen, to all other people. Make your disposition. Nang Gyu means the way you are, Gyu in a flow, your general daily disposition. Make it sunny. Make it sunny. Your day-to-day, all-day disposition should be. He says ringwa, which means to. I don't know. I think it might be misspelled, but it might mean keep it up for a long time. Like don't don't be sunny for 5 minutes and then be grumpy for 2 hours, okay? But I would like to check the carving, okay? I'm suspicious. It could be Rungwa, for example, but I'm not sure, okay? All right. Che Gobe, doing the point of this verse is that you have to do that, okay? All right? All right. Now, I like, nowadays I'm into putting header where we want to put a header, so I remember to put a header, which is before each of your verses, not including the, now what should we do? Right? Okay, here we go. So here we go. Oh, sorry, what happened? What happens if I hit Z? Nothing. Who is that? Oh, I'm at Nick by accident. I must have lost it completely. Oh, I must have said goodbye to his text. I'm sorry. All right, let's go back. Yeah, I hope so. We don't know. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Turn 9. Okay, we're back. Okay, please read. Say again? Yep. Okay. Who's correcting? Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to read the verse because they are a little bit old language and confusing, and I'm going to go to the commentary, which will explain the verse, okay? And I did not have time to block out to bold out, but you can do it because it's very straightforward in this text. There'll be one example of that word in the explanation and just block it out. Okay, I think Word can help you because he's been doing a lot of that with his text. Okay. Okay. Rangyen Nyomo Be Shenwang to Kyurbe. Shenwang in the Mind Only School? One of the three. Huh? Shenwang? Well, yeah, you can say that. Yeah, it's one of the three qualities of the mind-only system, right? Yeah, things which are dominated by their causes is one of the three qualities of the mind-only school. What's the other one? Kuntag, just imaginary things. And then Yongdup, the totality or the result of the equation, which is emptiness. Okay, these are the three great qualities of mind-only school. He has used them here in their colloquial sense, which in colloquial, Shenwang means, I have gone under the power of my negative emotions. I've lost all my power to them. Okay, what do you call it? I am now dominated by my, something. See, here's the use of the word in the colloquial. I got angry and I'm controlled, I'm possessed, by the anger. I don't have any freedom now. Okay. Okay, Shenwang to Kyurpe, because I have gone under the power of my own negative emotions in my own mind, Rangyu, okay, or in my own heart. Don't always translate Gyu as mental stream. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. It would sound a lot better in his book if we said in the negativities in my own heart or something like that. Okay, Rang Chokla. Now here are two examples of a Nyomon. Rang Chokla Chakpa and Shen Chokla Dongwa.
Anger and desire.
Yeah, desire for my own family, my own friends. Okay, Rang Chok means my side, meaning my family, my friends. I defend my family, my friends, my country. And then Shen Chokla Dong, and I hate other countries, I hate other families, I hate other towns, people. Okay, I'm with my people, okay. And these are pretty classic definitions of the two animals in the middle of the wheel of life. Okay, Chakdang. And often you see this in the formula of the 4 $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100, finished. Immeasurables. Which one? In Sanskrit? Upeksha, which literally means
Look over.
yeah, to overlook the differences. Upa-iksha. Overlook the differences. Okay, so Dani Semchen Tanji Nerin Chatanan Chawi Danan Nepa Gyurchi Nepa Gyurchi Nepa Daki Yao Tetar Nepa Chepa Lama Hle Jingi Laptisu. Like that's the whole formula. Okay. May I lose chakpa from my side, and may I lose dhamma for the other side, and come to a place of equanimity. May my lama help me reach this. Okay. May my lama the deva help me reach this. Lama le jingi luptusu. Okay. Dhamma sok le longen chitar chekya. So when you got these lousy states of mind, longen. Okay, almost evil. Okay, and no matter what I do, gok mituk. Yeah, I can't stop them. I got this anger coming up in my mind. I got this desire coming up in my mind. When that happens, when that mitupaness comes up, okay, when that inability comes up, okay. Well, what happened? Deni. No way. Okay. Yeah, by the way, you can see that penche is as opposed to chinche, okay? Up to now, I've had this problem. From now on, I'll try to fix it this way. So these two words, these two phrases go together. The penche in the first line and the chinche in the last line are supposed to be opposed in your translation. You know, in the days before, I had this problem, but in the days to come, I will never have this problem. And it's nice to repeat the che in the English, in the days, you see, something like that. Nga penche, so in the time up to now, my habit of dak chinzin, cherishing myself, and in this case, it's an expression that has become popular among normal modern translators that is correct. Okay, it's an exception. Okay, I like it. I think it's a good translation. Che means cherish. Okay, I have been cherishing myself, and that cherishing has made me marung, and marung means with an S. It means a different meaning. It means no, it doesn't. See, without the S, it means inappropriate. But with an S, it means it has made me a bad person. Okay, it has made me a less good person than I could have been. That's what marung means. Okay, it has made me a lesser person. Yeah.
Room with a saw is like good.
Yeah, proper. But they never use it that way. It's always negative, marung. Yeah, I have become a not a very good person. It's hard to translate with a single English word. Not a very good person. Not horrible is too strong. It has made me sort of it's not so strong. It has made me not a very nice person. Something like that, okay? Chepa has made me. And Deni jitar tangne, and I let it go. I let that self-cherishing push me around. Okay? Jitar whatever he wanted, I did. Okay, tang. I let him, tang. I allowed him freedom to do with me as he would, as he will. You see, whatever he wanted, I followed it. And so he caused me, chuk, which normally means to get somebody to do something, right? To be, reng here means crooked, or bent, twisted. I'm a twisted personality. He has made me that way. My cherishing, self-cherishing, my letting self-cherishing push me around has made me a crooked person. Okay, got it? And that's Len here for $50.
The answer in that instance.
Cancel. It is the fault of. It is the fault of. I taught you that. We had it a lot. When you see instrumental before Len, it means is to blame. Blank is to blame. Okay, it's not my fault. It's the self-cherishing pushing me around. You know. Okay, Nangwei. Now sometimes Nangwei means it would appear, meaning the author's not sure, but that's certainly not what it means here. Here you can say obvious. Okay, it's obvious. It's obvious that that's what happened in this case. That's what made me so crooked as a person. Now from Chinche, but from now on I'm a new man. For a couple of minutes at least. Okay, go. By the way, let's just make sure, Seiji, we got the root text up above here. Kandar Chek. Okay, I'm just going to gloss it quickly. Now we can gloss it responsibly because we finished the commentary to it. Kandar Chekyang, no matter what I do, desire and anger keep coming up. And when that happens, Tungbetse. So Tungba is actually the honorific for Kyewa. So what's the honorific for birthday? Chunkar. The star of the birth, yeah. So you don't say ex-Lama's birthday. You say the star under which their holy body came out. You see, speaking of which. Okay, so Trung is, why he's using the honorific for anger and desire. This language is very, very old, very, very ancient. So that's why we have a commentary. And you almost can't translate it without a commentary. Okay, Marung Gyungen Rengsu Chupai. I have become a person who's not so nice. My mind has been twisted by the force of this power, and the crown of nice. Mr. Wu, if you can show us that picture, it'd be nice sometime. The crown of nice has come back to cut me again. Okay, all right. In his text, it's called the crown of nice, and the images of you push a wheel, and then it comes out and hits you in the back of the head. Okay, all right. Huh? Yeah, the knife. What do you call those things? The Ninja Star Boomerang. Okay, new title for his book. Read it for good luck, Tani. Okay, please read. She. Yungwate. Okay, good. Rangyu Rengsu Jupa means the self-cherishing which has made my mind so crooked or diseased or whatever you want to call it. This enemy of mine, Drawo. So it can either be Dra or it could be Drawo, same thing, okay? This enemy, this guy, this is the one, and by the way, that ni has to be translated. Yeah, and it means, oh, I just figured out who's been causing me trouble. It's this guy, Okay, so you got to get that sense in English, like, oh, it's this one I have to chungne yung, which means to rip from the roots. It's the one. He's the one I have to rip out of my heart. Okay. Oh, that's the one who's been giving me the problem. That's what I have to rip out of my heart. Taking care of me. Taking care of number one. That's what I have to rip out, okay? And then he glosses Trung Ne Jung for you. because whenever he does that, it means the Tibetan is not so modern. It's probably some ancient expression. So tsawane dun. So he put it into normal Tibetan. These are appositive. Oh, you don't know what Zhongde Yung means? Tsawane dun.
Dun means to like extract.
Yeah, dun is to extract medicine from herbs. It also means svadhyaya, self-study.
Oh yeah, like
Just kidding. Yeah, to recite. Okay? Which means that your teacher drags it out of your throat, you know. Come on, dun. Recite the Heart Sutra for me. Okay. Tsawane dun. Which from the root, to rip up from the roots. So you're going to have two expressions where the first one's more scholastic and the second one is more colloquial. So that's a translation talent that you're going to have to develop. Yeah, okay. Good, you got to do that. Shepe tunyin. That's the meaning of this verse. Che. Katsalto. This is probably a reference to, the speaker of the teaching that was given. Remember, Seiji's text is a lecture series. It's the only text I think we have which is a lecture series. And it has that very beautiful flavor of like the Lamrim Namdra Lakcham, right? It's a long talk, okay? Multi-day talk. In fact, we just came to Day 7, okay? Chutun means Dharma Session, right? And we reached the 7th day. Please read.
Chötun tunke katsu jikat jiketu janchuk semke hyuna kachik.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta unblock this. Keep going. Shepane.
Shepane jikten wa mi shepe mirche te changjaring yu.
Chakchangyur. One of the hardest sounds to make is RNG. Jangyur. Jangyur. Okay. Right, you gotta like chew gum, it's easier. Jangyur. Okay. Now, what will a Lama normally do at the beginning of a teaching session in Tibet? They will quote some inspiring scripture. They'll quote a single verse and they'll gloss it for a while. I think it's a trick to deal with the people who come late.
while we're waiting.
Yeah, by the way, there's this verse, it has nothing to do with our text, and I just thought I'd start the day with this verse. And then once everybody's settled down and listening, he goes on to the real teaching. This is my theory, okay? It's just a theory. So he quotes the first line, and then he quotes the last line of a 4-line verse. I went and got it for you. It's from... Okay, it's Shanti Deva. It's what we're studying downstairs. Okay, and let's read the whole. Now let's read the whole verse. And as a mixed-nuts group, we've decided it might be legal to replace the first and last verses with the whole verse. Without alerting the reader.
Aren't you bracketing
Yeah.
these against you?
Huh?
Aren't you putting like brackets around the front?
You could. I mean, it's up to you guys. But the point is, he knew every person in the audience had memorized it. So he says, that verse that starts with blah, blah, and ends with blah, blah. And then, since your own readers are definitely not going to be people who memorized it, maybe just to make the goal of translation is to make your reader's life easier, not to impress them. Okay, with another footnote. I'm saying let's think about it. Let's consider it. I vote for put the whole verse in, unless there's some reason why he didn't. But here I don't think there is. I think he just thought everyone knew the verse. Oh say can you see, etc. Or purple haze is in my...
What about when there's multiple versions?
Yeah, that's a tricky. I would put him in a footnote, but not with Shantideva. It's a very standardized. Yeah. Okay. In fact, Shantideva has we have all three languages. We have Sanskrit, Chinese, and Tibetan. So we're lucky. It's a great text to study Sanskrit from.
In general, like if we ever had stuff like that to clarify, do you feel it's acceptable for us to not use square brackets? Or?
I think don't use the square brackets, but put a footnote and say we've supplied the whole verse.
Okay. Oh,
How's
well, it's
that?
a verse, but what if we're just adding some clarification words or something?
We did this 50 times, right, in a row in my text. And then what we did is we did brackets only in the Tibetan, and we just footnoted it the first time and said, look.
Yeah, I like that. Remember his text got diseased, it had 40,000 half verses. Okay, I like that. Your reader is like a runner in an Olympic race. And every time you use a foreign word, every time you use a strange word, you are putting barricades, and they have to jump, and they have to jump, and they have to jump, and they'll get tired, and they'll put the book down, and they won't come back to it. And you failed as a translator. You know the languages very well. You spent 20 years studying, and then you blew it by putting some words in their way that they couldn't get over, Okay. Okay, I'll talk about it for a second. In my opinion, and since I run this program, don't put a foreign word unless there's a reason to put it. Okay, don't put that block in front of a person. Don't show off. Oh, I know the Sanskrit word for this. It doesn't help the reader. The reader is not. This series is not designed for college professors. This series is designed for people who are trying to have a good life. So don't put foreign words in there to satisfy your own vanity. Okay. Like, put them in there when it's really necessary. When is it really necessary? I think when there's a lesson to be learned from the foreign word, So, if we're going to have a place, so cool in Allison's text. The guy is going to say, the footnote is going to say, in fact, it's a sutra, which is quoted during the ordination ceremony of a monk, full monk. And the abbot has to quote this sutra. And I went and found the quotation for you. And in the quotation it says, you have become a monk, a shining one. You have become a monk because you are shining. And I dug and I dug and I dug. And the word bhikshu can also mean ravi, which means sunlight shining. No more beggar. No more beggar. Everybody translates, bhikshu means beggar. Because bhiksh means to beg. But bhiksh also means to shine like the sun. And the Buddha said, that's why I call you bhikshu. Okay, so in that case, you better have some Sanskrit. Okay, in that case, you better have some Sanskrit. Okay, now, next question, in the footnote. Because even in the Tibetan, it doesn't make any sense. They should have had a footnote in the Tibetan. And they didn't. Now, should you put KS with a dot under it for bhikshu? No. Put the diacritics when it's important. And don't dump diacritics on a normal reader. They have no idea what it means. They have absolutely no idea what it says. Just put the closest English pronunciation. That's the goal of pronunciation. Simplified pronunciation. If I'm a linguist, give me the retroflex dots. Give me the difference between the non-retroflex and the retroflex shus, But if I'm not a linguist, why are you putting that on me? It doesn't matter to me. I just care it's bhikshu. I don't care it's bhikshu. Okay? They really don't care. So, and you're losing people. You're going to lose readers, okay? Now, but if there's a debate in the text, was it shastra or shastra? Well, then you better have a long A sign. The text said shastra when it meant commentary, but it must have been a long A. Then you better have the diacritics, because it makes a difference. You're saying it was the text had a short A, but we know it has to be a long A. Then you should better put the long A. Got it? And don't put the pronunciation. Got it? How's that? And all the foreign words. Now, Some foreign words have become English. Mantra, nirvana, bodhisattva, you can find them in the New York Times. If you can find it in a common newspaper, you don't have to put italics. It's distracting for the reader. They know the word mantra. It's a mantra. They often say that now in the news. This politician saying he's trying to help us has become a mantra. They'll use the word in English. So you don't have to italicize that. But if there's some, now if the Tibetan is explaining a Sanskrit word, you can have a Sanskrit word and italicize it. If the Tibetan says, which is gonna come in this text right here, he's gonna say dukkha. And he's going to say, the root text is going to say dukkha. And then the Tibetan author is going to say, by the way, dukkha means suffering. So that better be in italics, in simplified pronunciation in your text, which is D-U-H, dukkha. Okay, so that, when the Tibetan author is referring to the Sanskrit, you better put the Sanskrit. And it has to be in italics, because he's treating it as a foreign word. Okay, does that help?
That was clear, thank you.
Okay,
So,
and you,
italics, simplified pronunciation, italics, if you absolutely have to use Sanskrit and it's not an English Sanskrit word. Now, if you have a word like nirvana, like mantra, like Buddha,
yeah, that's a different thing.
you don't
Yeah.
italicize it.
But let's say his dukkha, you have to. Yeah. In the text. Yeah. Okay. Lately, I've had that problem. I put it in someone's text. I put it in Shantideva notes downstairs. I put the Chinese. And I put the opinion, and I asked my expert if it was right, and he fixed it. In my opinion, Chinese, it depends on what your goal is, but in that document, which was for DCI people, I put the Chinese characters, because a lot of Chinese are going to read it. I put the pinyin, so people know how to pronounce it if they really care. And then I put the simplified pronunciation without tones. Because every English speaker is going to pronounce it that way. They're not going to say, oh, fourth tone, fourth tone, second tone, oh. They're not going to do it. They won't care. They won't do it. Don't bother them. Don't try to correct their tones. They can't do the tones. The point of simplifying the pronunciation is to give them some simplified pronunciation. Okay, all right. But that's all, that's all. That's like putting diacritics on, putting the true pinyin with the tone marks is like putting diacritics on Sanskrit. And it's unnecessary for our readers. Yeah, in that case I would put the Chinese characters in the footnote. Yeah, okay. All right, because any fool can block out the Chinese and Google it. And paste it, I do it. That's what I do. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go with this Bodhisattva quotation. Dampe. Okay. Chanchu Semke, past tense. This is not the noun, which is B-S-K-Y-E-D. Okay. Once you have, but develop, I don't know. Once you feel that wish in your heart. Okay, let's put it in. Yeah, or you feel it in your heart or something like that. Okay. Once you've achieved that wish, kyona, then in a single moment, within a moment, okay, kechiki, within a moment, normal old schmucks like you and me, okay, which here is nyamtak. What's nyamtak? Nyamtak is an idiom that means pitiful people like you and me, people in a jam. It means like totally homeless people who are walking around on a crutch or something. That's nyamtat. Like miserable, down and out. Miserable down and outers. Okay? Who are still dumb in the tsunra of Korwa.
Wandering in the cycle of samsara.
This is the dham that's related to Tomba.
Don't like restricted or like
Yeah, controlled or...
chain.
So here it means handcuffed or shackled. Shackled in the jail, prison, tsunra of samsara. Okay? Even those pitiful, sad people who are still locked up in samsara, even those people, we should call them gyalse. Yeah, son or daughter or son of the Buddhas, okay? You just get 1 second of real bodhicitta. It doesn't matter how crappy person you are. Now you're in the family. Now you're a daughter or you're a son of the Buddhas, okay? What's the implication? Not all bodhisattvas are arhats.
Because they're in samsara.
Okay, yeah.
Down and out or
Yeah, they are still
degenerates.
degenerates in samsara. Okay, that's the implication. That's what he's trying to say. Look, not every bodhisattva is an arhat. There's lots of, every bodhisattva in the beginning is still in the wheel, and they're suffering big time. But by virtue of having had that motivation for even the first second, they are a child of the Buddhas. You know? Okay, cool? All right. And we should speak of them as such, juja, she. We should call them gyalse. Okay, we should call them child of the Buddha. Okay, right? Okay, got it? They deserve the name, he says. And not only that, they become chakjas for hlas and mis in the world.
Worthy of prostrations.
Yeah. Yeah, of the whole world. Hla mi means devas and humans. It means, what's that word in Chinese? Earth and sky. Tiandi? It's the same way to say it in Buddhism. We say, you are worthy of being prostration by gods and men. It means tiandi, by the whole world. It means that. It means sky and earth. When you say men and gods in Buddhism, it means the whole world. Yeah, it means a geographic place. Okay, it means that you deserve. Everybody in the population of living beings should be bowing down to you. Amoebas should bow down as you walk by. Okay, got it? Now, that's how he got his audience's attention when he... Yeah, and half the people were wandering around not listening, and he's like... Okay, here we go. Please read. Tsingdo, tsingdo. Moshi. Anybody want to take a shot? You know these words. It's a little hard. Good. He gave a word commentary on the verse, but he didn't give ship. Tamo. Right. Rakdu means, he kind of went through it quick while people were sitting down. A brief and not too detailed presentation. So, high honorific. High honorific. He bespoke. He bespoken. Okay, I'm not just exaggerating, right? Okay. It's a high verb for say. You usually only use it with enlightened beings. Okay, so he bespoke. I mean, I'm not suggesting you write that, but by the way, I think in English you have to give up on some of the high honorific. It sounds cloying. It sounds irritating. He highly bespoke with great respect. It's better to say he described it. You can't really do it in English. It sounds artificial, and it gets in the way of the reader. It slows down the reader. Okay. Okay. If there exist more honorific forms in English, use them. Like he did it or he. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Now what's mushi?
Actual explanation.
Good. The main event. Okay. We have it in the some tense, in the form realm levels. Okay. The main event. Okay. So he came to the main event, which is commentary on the Crown and Knives. Okay. Shelong, his lecture. Yeah. Well, it's really a teaching. His teaching. Good. Nice. He continued it from yesterday. Okay. True. He continued it from the day before. Which one? No, this true because he knows because we had it in his text. Yeah. He went on from yesterday. That's all. He just continued on from yesterday. Okay, here we go. Just read it and we'll get to the meaning. Who's correcting? Say. Member. Okay. Let's read it because it's just kind of obvious, this one. Drupa means things I try to do, right? So drupa with an S means attempt to do, right? Undertake to do. And kangche, whatever I do, doesn't reach the goal. It doesn't it doesn't come to fruition the way I intended. When things don't work out. I try to do something like a cafe and it just don't work out. Okay, it's gonna work. That's what I say. What happened? What was the cause? Oh, I had a lower viewpoint, worldview, lower worldview. Tawa member. Kong de shupa means got into my heart, got into my insides. Kong means kong means the concavity. Yeah, so it got into me. Lower worldview got into me. And that's because the wheel turned again. Okay? Good. Okay, here we go. Aww. Che. Okay, good. Keto? Yeah, I gave you a clue here. It's Kirim Dang Dzogrim, and he shortened it to Keto. Okay, so if you don't know, it's a little confusing. The end of the birth. Okay, Double Gombam. So you're trying to practice Tantra. You're trying to practice the sutra teachings, or you're trying to practice the Lamrim, which is a contradiction of terms to put an or between it.
They're not mutually exclusive.
They're not mutually exclusive. Lamrim, the end of the Lamrim is all Tantra, but generally it's okay. He just means whether you're doing deep practice or whether you're doing kind of easy practice, Lamrim, right? Nyamlen means practice. Drupa Nyamlen, you're trying to practice those practices. You're trying to do those practices. Chekyang, you do them, but this mig is migyo. Okay? The goal, yeah. No, it's not mikpa. It's migyul, which means the thing you have your eyes set on as a goal. Okay? So this mig means migyul. It means that the goal you have your mind set on. Okay? Mixu masong. Yeah, it don't come out. Okay, you don't reach it. Which is to say, okay, he's giving you in a positive to it's a word commentary. Mixu masong means nedu mindro.
You don't get to the place you're trying to go.
Yeah, your efforts didn't Yeah, you didn't get to the sweet spot in your efforts. Okay, nam yang means it never happens. Things keep messing up. Nam yang means never. Okay, you work hard to reach a certain goal, and it doesn't hit the spot. It never hits the spot. He threw in the word never. Okay. All right. We have time for this last one.
We're out of time.
Let's do one more sentence. Come on. Go ahead, Dini.
이미 닥치 이 닥이 생기 단계와 나 만난 수 타와 난 외파 공투 수의 파츠.
Yeah. The problem is that I, either in this life or in my previous lives, allowed lower worldviews to get into my heart. Shoot. Juke. Yeah, juke to. Yeah. I let myself entertain lower worldviews in this life or my past lives. And that's why things aren't working out when I start these projects. Past tense, juke. Yeah.
It
Invite?
and it's just
Yeah.
contextually.
Yeah.
Would it be invite?
Sorry? What?
I invited the word?
Not that strong. Got in. Got sneaked in. Almost more sneak in than I invited. Yeah, okay. Stopped here. Okay.
사시
Pugi Joshi Metoto Rira Blingshin in the Kampadi Sange Shindu Minte Uwagi Roku Nanda Shina Chupasho Idam Guru Ratnamandala Kanyayatayami Di Kewokun Sanam Yeshe Tsotsoshi Sanam Yeshe Lechuwe Tampa Kuni Topasho Shogi Shmogi.
Thanks.
Your text is always kind of a break.
Yeah.